Okay, so Rachel, one of the tools that we used when we first started paying off our debt was something called the debt snowball. And you actually have to think of it just like a snowball. So you have a snowball at the start of a hill, and as you push it down, that snowball is going to get larger and larger and larger. So this is what we use to tackle all of our consumer debt. And so what we did was we listed our debts from the smallest to the largest, and we tackled the smallest one first, not even worrying about the interest rates. So what I'm going to have you do here, because I have a lot of debt here on this table, is I'm going to have you stack these bricks from the smallest to largest. So we're starting off with 38,000 on here. And so, yeah, they're on this side.
Oh, I see. 38,000.
So, 38,000.
This one?
To largest. Yep. So this one will go next. And let's see what we have here. We have.
I'm looking at the back of the debt. You know what I mean? So you give me the bricks. Let me stack them for you.
Yeah. So it's important.
My grandfather was a stonemason. I'm quite good at this.
It's really important to know your overall number when you're starting your debt. And it kind of might be daunting to look at it, but once you sit down and look at it and accept it, that's when you can really get started. So we have this snowball here, right? So we're going to start paying off the first one, and we're going to pay the minimum on everything else, okay? So we're going to throw everything extra. Say you got a side hustle, you're walking dogs, you earn an extra $1,000. You're going to throw it at this debt, and you're going to take it off, right?
Right.
So now you have the minimum payment that you were paying towards this. It's going to roll over onto this debt.
Oh, I see. So it's a reverse snowball effect.
So that's how the snowball is going to go. So as you start to pay things off, it's actually going to propel how much you pay off further here.
So it rolls over, and and you
exactly.
So you tackle it one brick at a time.
Right. So imagine
it's like cutting up your food before you chew. Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And the great thing about the snowball is that as you take this debt off, and as you start to pay it off, what you're going to start to see is you're going to get, oh wow, I can actually do this. I can get this done, and it's going to make you want to continue on. So it's like that psychological effect of motivation.
It's like when you lose 5 pounds, you end up losing 50.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. In your head. Yep. All right. Exactly. All right. So once we got our consumer debt out of the way, the next thing we tackled was our student loans. We have mountains of student loans. I mean, he has a graduate degree. I'm finishing a PhD, so you can only imagine. So we started something called...
See, that's why this is so simple for them. They're super smart.
So we switched gears, and we started doing something called the debt avalanche. Now, the debt avalanche is different from the debt snowball in that you're going to tackle the debts with the highest interest rates first.
That makes sense.
Yes, because the interest accrues, and you're just paying interest on interest.
That's what I was talking about, right? And it's an unending cycle.
Right. It's never ending.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to stack these bricks with the highest interest rate first. So
there's a 20 somewhere. I saw it.
There's
21.
That's first. Yes. All right. So we have 7, 6, 6 goes first. This on top.
Okay. This one and that one.
That way.
You said that one went first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one we pay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're going up, not down.
Yes, we're going up.
Gotcha. There we go. Boom.
So now you're going to tackle your debt with the highest interest rate first. This one is 21.99%.
You should just cut that card up when you're done with that.
Just be done with it. And that's a great tip too.
Right.
So when you pay these off, cut them up so you're not tempted to
Bye-bye.
again.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you just keep going in reverse the same way.
And you just keep going until your debt is paid off.
So,
okay. Take it away.
So while you're doing this, it's going to be kind of hard to just see all your money go to paying towards debt.
Right.
So what we like to do is we like to get a little bit of mad money, kind of like an allowance each month. With that money, you're able to do whatever you want to. That's your money.
Like the money you were putting in the envelopes. Were you breaking up your mad money?
Right. So I was breaking up my mad money. That's my budget, my mad money. Because I have to still have a budget for my mad money.
Treat yourself. For me, treat yourself. I might buy myself some sneakers. You know, I'm a sneakerhead or whatever. But that's what I can do. That's my money. I can do with it whatever I want.
Get your hair, nails done.
And it doesn't affect the budget at all.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Because you can't feel denied. Again, I bring it back to a dieting, reference. You have to live a healthy lifestyle, and then you can eat all things in moderation.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
If you do not deny yourself the mad money and the fun times, you don't feel like you're suffering through this.
Right. Exactly.
But if you do, that's when you break. Sometimes when you splurge and you blow your budget.
I know you have one final tip for us, but can I also ask you guys, how important is it that you're doing this as a team?
It's really important for us to do it as a team because we kind of think of it as a cart pulling a horse. Or a horse pulling a cart.
Right.
The horse pulling a cart. If there's only one horse pulling that cart, you're not going to get as far. But if 2 horses join up together and they pull that one cart, you're going to go further, faster.
Because so many couples split up over finance and fight about finance, and one person has all the control or more control. I think it's a really important lesson here that whether you're in a couple, you want to do it with a friend or a roommate or even your daughter or somebody you trust, I think that support.
Yes, an accountability partner.
Yeah, and I love that there's an accountability partner, that you're both looking with equal eyes and at the big vision.
And it's true,
I
because
love
sometimes
that.
I feel like I want to, just give up for a month. And he's like, no, we have to do this, we have to do that.
Come so far, we have so much further to go. So.
All right, one final tip.
All right, so paying off debt is daunting. We have $212,000 that we're attempting to pay off. And so every time we pay off a debt, say we paid off this one with $8,530, we celebrate. We celebrate each and every milestone. I don't care if it's $100, I don't care if it's $300. We celebrate because that's what keeps us going, and it's really what's going to drive your passion for trying to get rid of this debt. So
I just love
if
that.
we can do it, you guys can do it too.